what I'd like to do is help solve some important problems. So I think in a small way, I helped build the internet, and then with respect to the global warming problem, the transition away from oil and other hydrocarbons to something which is clean and sustainable, I hope to have an impact there. And then with respect to space, I hope to have an impact in helping make humanity a multi-planet species.
In my view, or I think probably in a lot of people's views, you know, America is like Atlas holding up the free world, and you are the arms of Atlas. I'm not sure there's a lot of opportunity for fighter pilots, because I think if you've got a drone swarm coming at you, the pilot's a liability in the fighter plane, to be honest. If you say, like, you compare a drone versus a fighter plane, how easy is it to make a drone? It's at least 10, maybe 100 times easier to make the drone, and you can afford to sacrifice the drones. Whereas the pilots, you don't want to sacrifice the pilots. So my guess is that actually the age of human-piloted fighter aircraft is coming to an end.
You get taxed on what you own, you get taxed on what you buy, and you get taxed on what you own. Taxes, taxes, taxes. You know, and then what does it get spent on? A bunch of the stuff it gets spent on you don't even agree with. So you know that's why we need to reduce the size of government and just spend less money and let the people keep a lot more of their hard-earned money. Yeah. So
we should just be concerned about AI being anti-human. That's sort of the thing that matters, potentially. I'm saying it's like a genie, letting a genie out of a bottle. You know, it's sort of like a magic genie that can make wishes come true. Except usually when they tell those stories, that doesn't end well for the person who let the genie out of the bottle.
Right.
But it's only me doing these posts ever. I don't have a team or anything. In fact, I generally would recommend for leaders of the world to just literally post your own stuff. And once in a while, you make a mistake. Don't worry about it. A great solution for that, which is send them links to videos and information on the X platform. So if they say that, you know, Trump loves Nazis, for example, like, well, actually, here's the whole speech where he categorically condemns Nazis. And yet the Democrats keep claiming that he loves Nazis, even though he specifically said he condemns them in the strongest possible terms. They still perpetuate the fine people hoax. Yes. You know, it's pretty insane. So for any given thing that somebody says, well, Trump is this or that, just send them the actual speech. That's the antidote. Send them what he actually said.
Thank you. And then the second part,
X platform actually has that. So, you know, that's the best way.
Are damaged. Essentially, it's basically a communications bridge. So you bridge the communications from the motor cortex past the point in the neck or spine where the nerves are damaged, and you should, like, it is possible from a physics standpoint to restore full body functionality. From a physics standpoint, it's a very hard technical problem, but there is nothing that prevents it happening from a physics standpoint.
The larger government gets, the less individual freedom you have, and I think, you know, that's really the core things. Your freedoms have just been eroded year after year with more and more government laws and regulations and regulatory authorities. When I looked it up, there's like 428 federal agencies. What the hell do you need 428 agencies for? Like, why do you even need 100? This is crazy. They're currently making new agencies at a rate of 2 per year. And every one of them is chipping away at your freedom. So it's essential for us to unwind that process and restore your personal freedom. And with that will come great prosperity and personal happiness, I believe.